The testimony of Hosea.
The word of the Lord came to me, clear and unrelenting. Go, marry a promiscuous woman and have children with her. For like an adulterous wife, this land is guilty of unfaithfulness to the Lord. I am Hosea, a prophet of the Most High, called to be a voice in the wilderness of Israel's rebellion. My life is not my own. It is a story written by Yahweh, a tale of obedience, heartbreak, and above all, an unyielding love that defies human comprehension. Today, I invite you into my journey, one that intertwines my personal trials with the divine love of God for His people.
The call of a prophet.
I was a young man when the voice of Yahweh first pierced my spirit. In those days, Israel was thriving economically under the reign of Jeroboam II, yet our prosperity concealed a grave sickness of the soul. Idolatry and injustice were rampant. The people had forsaken Yahweh, the God who delivered us from Egypt, and turned to worship Baal, a fertility god who promised false blessings of rain and harvest. The word of the Lord came to me, clear and unrelenting. Go, marry a promiscuous woman and have children with her. For like an adulterous wife, this land is guilty of unfaithfulness to the Lord. I was stunned. Could this truly be Yahweh's will? Why would the Holy One command such a painful and scandalous act? But I learned that God's commands often transcend human reasoning. This was not merely a marriage. It was a divine parable, a living metaphor for Israel's betrayal and Yahweh's enduring love.
The marriage to Gomer.
In obedience, I took Gomer as my wife. She was beautiful, yet her heart was restless, drawn to desires that I could not satisfy. At first I hoped that love might transform her, that the bonds of our union might decrease her wandering spirit. Together we had 3 children, but even their names carried Yahweh's message of judgment. Jezreel was a reminder of the massacre at Jezreel and a prophecy of Israel's impending downfall. Lo Ruhamah, which meant not loved, a declaration that Yahweh would no longer show mercy to his rebellious people. And Lo Ami, which meant not my people, a sign that Israel had broken the covenant, severing their relationship with God. With each child born, the weight of my calling grew heavier. Gomer's unfaithfulness mirrored Israel's spiritual adultery, and my heart broke as I watched her pursue other lovers.
The pain of betrayal.
Gomer left me. She chased after men who promised her luxuries, grain, wine, and oil. These were the very gifts Yahweh had provided, yet she attributed them to false gods. The betrayal cut deeply. I searched for her, torn between anger and love, humiliation, and a divine sense of purpose. I found her, not as the wife I cherished, but as a slave, degraded and broken. How could I, a man who had been wronged so grievously, take her back? Yet the Lord's command was unwavering. Go, show your love to your wife again, though she is loved by another and is an adulteress. Love her as the Lord loves the Israelites, though they turn to other gods. I purchased her freedom for 15 shekels of silver and a measure of barley, the price of a common slave. Standing before her, I spoke with both firmness and grace. You are to live with me many days. You must not be a prostitute or be intimate with any man, and I will behave the same way toward you. This act was not merely for Gomer, it was for all of Israel. It was a living illustration of Yahweh's relentless love, a love that redeems even the unfaithful.
The message to Israel.
My life became a vivid parable of God's covenant love. Just as I redeemed Gomer, Yahweh sought to redeem Israel. His plea was constant. Return Israel to the Lord your God. Your sins have been your downfall. Take words with you and return to the Lord. Israel was like a vine that bore fruit, but gave its glory to idols, like a child loved by God, but who turned away. Yet Yahweh's compassion was unshakable. How can I give you up, Ephraim? How can I hand you over, Israel? My heart is changed within me. All my compassion is aroused.
The psychological struggles of a prophet.
Do not think I endured this burden without inner turmoil. The pain of betrayal was sharp, and the weight of my calling often felt unbearable. I wrestled with feelings of rejection, inadequacy, and despair. Yet, through my suffering, I caught a glimpse of the infinite depths of God's love and grief. If my human heart broke over Gomer's unfaithfulness, how much greater was Yahweh's sorrow over Israel's rebellion? In my anguish, I learned the cost of divine love, a love that is neither passive nor conditional, but active, sacrificial, and redemptive.
A message of hope.
Even in judgment, Yahweh's words were never without hope. He promised restoration for those who would turn back to him. I will heal their waywardness and love them freely, for my anger has turned away from them. Israel would bloom like a lily, take root like a cedar, and flourish like a vineyard. The covenant would be renewed, and the estranged would become his people once more.
Final reflections. How has Hosea's message of love and redemption resonated with you? We invite you to share your reflections with our community.